it had me, and I was like, right, I want to do this 3 times a day. Yeah. And I did it 3 times a day a few years later, and I did it. No, I don't want to do it again. Hello community, my name is Adam Garland, Global Advocate for Authentic Beauty Concept, and today I am on the couch with Anna Cofone.
Hi everyone, I'm Anna Cofone, Global Creative Advocate of Authentic Beauty Concept. Join us on the couch today. Can I go first?
Absolutely.
Adam, my love, favourite Fashion Week looks and why they stand out to you this year?
Well, my favourite Fashion Week look really isn't about as much the hair, but the overall concept. So I think you know exactly where I'm going to go.
I know.
The Margiela show, iconic. So refreshing to see someone of that level produce something so iconic, but with actually quite a simple technique, but obviously very complicated. So yeah, for me, it has to be.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Absolutely beautiful.
How did you get involved with Fashion Week?
My introduction was with the wonderful Eugene Solomon.
Wow, incredible.
Moved to London, got onto his team in Milan and Paris. Also got to do the wonderful Sam McKnight.
Incredible.
And that's how it all started, really.
Can you remember how you felt being backstage for the first time?
Oh my gosh, I knew I was home.
Yeah.
I think for me, it just, I don't know, it was such a light bulb moment. If I think back to studying performing arts, thinking, you know, I'm gonna become a singer, not. But also like looking through Italian Vogue, like when I was young, I was like 12 years old. And just, and then fast forward to that first moment backstage, I was like, oh wow, okay. No, I just loved everything. You know, I always just come back to this point about storytelling, just seeing, you know, the hair, the makeup, and then, you know, the clothes, and watching it on the, you know, TV screen as all the models are catwalking. It just, God, I loved it, absolutely loved it. What about you?
I can remember it so vividly. So many things to share. It was working with Chi Wong for a show called Mother of Pearl. It was in London. It was my very first show. I walked in and everybody had towels to put their equipment on, and I couldn't understand why. And I was traumatized when I saw my little dodgy, horrific kit on the table and everyone looking at me like, why has he not got a towel? And I mean, so many memories from that first day, but that was like one of the vivid memories that stays in my mind. Oh my gosh, I don't have a towel, and how that made me feel so insignificant. And I was like, oh God, actually, it was an incredible day. And then, as you've mentioned, it was just, it had me, and I was like, right, I want to do this 3 times a day. And I did it 3 times a day a few years later, and I did it. No, I don't want to do it again.
Can you share a memorable moment from styling hair for a Fashion Week show?
Oh, a memorable moment for me for styling hair at Fashion Week. Yeah, I'm going to give it to you.
Yeah.
So, my first Chanel with Sam McKnight.
Yes.
Small town boy from Somerset, broken home, many issues. Sam McKnight goes to me, Adam, go and get Kendall and do the look. First Chanel show, first time with them. And I was like, Kendall, and it was just when Kendall Jenner was kind of blowing up.
Wow.
So I walk over to Kendall, I'm like, can you come with me and have your hair done, please? And she was so polite, she was so courteous. It's 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And I sat down with Sam's first assistant, Declan Shields, and we did the look together. I mean, I was predominantly assisting Declan. And it was like mind-blowing. And obviously that Carl was still with us, so Carl was wandering around, and it was just like, whoa, this is like 0 to 60. And I have to say a little bit overwhelming for me, especially with some of the things that I was going through at the time. It kind of blew my brain. It was amazing, it was an incredible experience, it's a story to share. But I think when I'm trying to inspire other people or support emerging artists, I'm like, just remember to keep your feet on the ground.
Yeah,
like, we're all just humans. But also enjoy that moment. You should be proud that you're backstage at Chanel working with these supermodels and part of an incredible team. So yes, that's one of my most memorable moments, working backstage. What about you?
Me, it had to be in Paris with Eugene, doing the Yohji Yamamoto show. And it was the season that they had a pianist play live as the models were on the runway. And Eugene created this incredible look. The clothes, the hair, then the live pianist, and it was a classical piece of music. We were in Paris, it was my first season in Paris, and that it wasn't my first show for that first season, but it was just the one that I just remember with such fondness.
What were the key inspirations for your Fashion Week work?
For me, the inspiration always comes back to the designers. What is it that they have designed? Like, I love looking at the collection before I start coming up with ideas. I just feel it's so important to get a feel of the fabrics, look at the shapes, the structures, the angles, because that for me just then will really inform what kind of shape I create.
Doesn't necessarily mean it needs to become huge, massive hair to reference something puffy. You and I probably enjoy just turning up parting on a slight angle and a little zigzag one way. Boom, that's enough for us. And then we really feel like we've become involved with the process. And I think it's that attention to detail that I encourage people to aspire to feel and to see and to get involved with.
Absolutely. And to not, to know that if you ask the right questions, you'll get what you need to then help you steer the idea.
Yeah, I think I echo what you say. It's definitely about being inspired by the designer, listening. If I can give any advice to anyone starting out, you've got to listen, whether that's to you and I as leads, read the room, but also to remember it's not a hair show. I think so many people walk in thinking it's a hair show.
Yeah, and I think that for me is what I always try to communicate to any new member coming into the team. It's, we might just be doing a very simple blow dry, or we might just be pulling all the hair back, and don't ever feel that you're not going to learn something, because you will. If you allow yourself to be open and to absorb and to lean into the environment, you'll take so much away, even if it's not about how to create a hair look that you've never done before.
Let's get on with another question.
Yes, okay. If you could bring back any hairstyle from the past, what would it be?
Ooh, okay, come on.
Tough one.
Farrah Fawcett, give me Farrah Fawcett.
Okay.
I want to see an army of Farrah Fawcett walking down Oxford Street.
I'm with you on that one.
Freaking fabulous.
I'm going to go for the Marcel wave.
Oh, now that's discipline.
Yeah, that beautiful 1920s aesthetic. But yeah, Farrah Fawcett, love.
What would be your dream collaboration?
Well, if I could work with any artist, it would be Erykah Badu.
Amazing.
Yeah.
What is it about Erykah Badu?
I just love her identity. I love how she just doesn't follow anyone or anything. It's her vision, her voice, her style. And I would put, obviously, Bjork up there as well. I think that would be a dream. What about you?
Ooh, I mean, I used to have this little saying as I was coming up through the ranks, so I might as well share it with you. I would retire when I've done a cover of British Vogue, I've worked with Rihanna, and I've led my own show. And I was like, when I've done that, I'm out of here, I'm done.
Brilliant. Okay, I'm going to add to that. I'm going to add to that Italian Vogue.
And Italian Vogue.
Yeah, and a shoot with Paola Reversi. I think that for me, that
kind of powdery, of just very beautiful photography is, stunning.
Yeah, those stories in Italian Vogue when Franca Sozzani was still with us were just, my gosh, just the storytelling in those fashion stories were incredible.
Do you think social media has had an impact on that kind of end of or what's your take on why we're not seeing the fantasy and why we did have such a big reaction to the Margiela show?
Well, I think because as your point earlier, our industry is fleeting and momentary. And I think social media, however amazing it is, and has helped both of our careers, it's equally just made people hungry for more content, and quicker content, shorter content. And so I think that, when you look at the costs of creating some of those incredible, fashion stories, it's, do magazines, do brands need to invest that money anymore? Well, obviously, the Margiela show had such an incredible moment, and I think brought us all back to how we need to be taken on a journey, how we actually do want to be a part and be the viewer of a story. I hope we can find a way where we can marry both worlds again, because it's gone too far the other way. Stay tuned for not just part 2, but also part 3, and subscribe if you'd like to see more conversations on the couch.